Hey guys, it's Conan and I'm back. I know I haven't uploaded in a while, but I'm back now. And today's video is actually really special because it's my very first YouTube collab. It's with a person I know, IRL, so it's not like another obscure YouTuber I met on YouTube, but whatever. And we're collabing on doing the tiny art challenge, so it's a challenge video and collab. Oh boy, the algorithm will absolutely love this. So we decided to do the tiny art challenge. You've probably heard of it if you haven't been living under a rock and are actually frequenting art YouTube. It was started by Casey Golden, and the deal with it is that you draw a picture a normal size with the normal stuff you would use, and then you just shrink down the paper, like you take smaller and smaller pieces of paper and try to draw the same image again, and you try to go as small as you can, like until it's still like recognizable. So you can do like a dot in, I don't know, flesh color on a piece of 1 centimeter high paper and call it a finished art. No, it has to be recognizable. But yeah, but we thought, yeah, just doing the tiny art challenge would be kind of lame, so we're collabing on it. The YouTuber I'm collabing with goes by Achatfell on YouTube, and they're cool. I'll leave their links in the description. And yeah, so what you're seeing right now is the first part, in which I'm drawing one of my OCs. I'll talk about her in a second, but the deal is each of us draws one of our OCs, and then we exchange the pictures, and then we draw the other person's OC in smaller sizes. So I will be getting a picture from them and drawing their OC, and they will be getting a picture from me and drawing my OC, well, this picture you're seeing right now. So let's get to it. I'm using watercolors. I know you haven't probably seen any color art from me because I've only done Inktober so far. And yeah, if I color traditionally, which I don't a lot because I'm actually a digital artist, I mostly use watercolors. I also sometimes, once in a blue moon, use Copic markers, but not really. So you're seeing me use my White Knight watercolors. White Knights, they're Russian watercolors. They're really amazing and they're actually pretty cheap. I think I paid like 60 euros for the whole big set, which, if you know anything about watercolors, is pretty cheap, and they're so pigmented and amazing. Also, as you may have seen, I tried to keep my palette as well as the porcelain thing I use to mix the colors, because the plastic on this palette stains so bad. This is the only complaint I have, so I use a porcelain palette so it doesn't mess with my colors. I'll try to keep both of these in frames so you can see how I mix the colors, because I don't know, I think it's always quite interesting to see how people mix their colors, especially skin colors, because that can be quite hard. So I also use miscellaneous round synthetic brushes, and I used my Copic Gus and Fude pen to ink because that's super waterproof. It's like the most waterproof pen I have. Well, Aurora and Klinger is also very waterproof, but you have to let it dry for a bit before erasing, or else it will fade quite a bit, and the Copic Gus and Fude is a bit better with that. So I used that. And yeah, I think I decided to paint her in watercolors because I didn't have the right skin color or the right hair color in Copics with it, which is actually a thing I hate about Copics. I hate their skin colors. They don't really have a kinda desaturated skin tone, and I mostly make my skin tones pretty desaturated. With them you only get like the super saturated yellow or pink skin tones, and I don't like that. And with watercolors I can mix my own. So I'm gonna actually talk about my OC for a second. She has purple hair, which is very cool. Yeah, her hair is canonically actually purple, so I didn't draw any roots. So yeah, and she has those weird scaly bits, but I don't want to go too far into it because it's like my webcomic, which you can read, it's in the description. She's in my webcomic. As far as my watercolor process goes, I try to lay in quite a flat wash of paint, and then I will just keep layering a bit of paint to get the right color I want. I mostly don't try to mix it right on the first try because that can look weird and you're supposed to layer it. And with this one I decided to do some normal cell shading in this warm purple tone, which is also how I cell shade my digital art and my comic, so I thought that would fit. Yeah, and we're actually getting to the end of the video already. Stay tuned for part 2, it's coming soon once I get their picture. And then you can watch me struggle with tiny pieces of paper. I have no idea how I'm gonna color this, but I'm very, very excited to try the challenge. So if you want to see me struggle, I don't know, subscribe. And definitely check the descriptions for the links of my collab partner, as well as who started the challenge. And I will see you in the part 2, the next one. Bye!